California. You know, it's really interesting because I campaigned in 2003 about that I want to show California that we can protect both the economy and the environment. And of course, it's a challenge to do that. There's no two ways about that. But where's a will, there's a way. Because in those days, they thought that you can only do one or the other: protect the environment or protect the economy. And we then finally, passed some really good legislation and bills, and did some great things here in California environmentally. Million solar roof, and the hydrogen highway that we started building, low carbon fuel standards. But one of the things that I'm most proud of is AB 32. Now, of course, AB 32 is controversial. There's some people that don't like it, which I also understand because, hey, I'm married, so I know what that is like when people, have different opinions. I have 4 kids; they all have their own opinions too. So that's okay. People can have the different opinions, and this is why it's so important to have discussions about it. And that's why I'm an adamant believer that our Air Resources Board has to listen to the people's concern. But one thing we know for sure is that AB 32 was challenged, by outside oil companies and by industries, coal mines, and different companies that challenged it, put millions of dollars behind it in the last election. And it was Proposition 23, which was meant to take out AB 32, was defeated overwhelmingly, not by 5%, not by 10%, but by 22%. So that just shows to you that a huge majority of Californians are big believers in AB 32. And they're big believers not just because of the global climate change, because let's be honest, not everyone believes in that. There's some people that believe in it, some people don't. But this is not just about global climate change. That's one of the reasons why I believe in it 100%. But it's also about our health. It is about 19,000 people that die every year because of pollution-related illnesses. Hundreds of thousands of people are hospitalized every year because of the pollution. Every 6th child in the Central Valley goes to school with an inhaler. We can do much better than that. Then about foreign oil. I despise the fact that we send $1 billion a year to foreign places for our oil and to places that hate us. We send this money to people that hate us and that are organizing terrorists and trying to blow up our country. Those are the kind of people we send this money to. So why are we relying on foreign oil? When President Eisenhower already 60 years ago said that if we go beyond 20% of relying on foreign oil, 20% of our oil coming from foreign countries, we have a national security problem. But now we are relying 60% on foreign oil, 60% plus. So those are the issues. And of course, today, as you know, we have a worldwide recession. So there's an economic point to this whole thing. And that is that in this economic recession, this downturn, the biggest recession since the Great Depression, the real jobs that we are creating right now are green jobs. I mean, since 2006 or so, green jobs have been created 10 times faster than in any other sector. So it's also an economic plus. We have been approving one solar plant after the other. What is it now, 5,700 megawatts this year alone that we have approved? That's billions of dollars that are being poured into California just in green technology. And that's why there's more venture capital coming to the United States. More than half of the entire United States comes to California. 57% of venture capital comes to California. So there's great benefits from all that. And of course, we have to be sensitive because it is an economic downturn. And this Air Resources Board knows that they have to be sensitive. But we have to reach our goal by 2020, our reductions of 25%. We got to go and have our 33% of renewables by 2020. There's no two ways about that. So this is what makes us the leader. So yes, California is known that we have a budget crisis. California is known that it always spends more money than we take in. Yeah, we're known for a lot of those things, but we're also known for being great leaders in biotechnology, nanotechnology, green technology, and all those kind of things, in our university system, and so many other things. And I'm so proud of this team here, because it's one thing when the legislators get together and say AB 32, and here's the bill, and they give you this document that 1,000 pages long, and all this stuff, and then the governor goes out and talks about it, and they sign it, and we have bill signing ceremonies, and all of those things that we had. But then someone has to follow through and make it become a reality. And the people you see in front of you here are the people that make this become a reality. I know the day, even though we are 10 years away from 2020, but I know the day that we would have a reduction of 25% of greenhouse gases by the year 2020. Only because I have such an excellent team here. So thank you very much, all of you, for the great work that you're doing, and thank you for sitting here, and thank you for participating in this process. That's what I love about this country, that everyone gets together, everyone is here. We know that you have some concerns about that. Express it, let's talk about it and all this, but in the meantime, thank you all. Thank you very much.